My name is Jaclyn Johnson, and I am actually a college professor by day, but my hobby and my passion really is working with off-the-track thoroughbreds. I have had a thoroughbred in my life ever since I was, I think in 7th grade. I got my first off-the-track horse, and he was my pride and joy, and ever since then I've always had some thoroughbred that I'm riding or working with, restarting. I just love it. I think the whole process is so rewarding and fulfilling. This year I have 2 horses from Godolphin. I have Last Stage, who is a 5-year-old gelding, a son of Tappet. I got him in December of 2018. He had the month of December, January, and February just to be a horse, and then I started riding him in March. I also have a 3-year-old. His name is Atmospheric. He's by Orb. He is younger, and you can definitely kind of sense that in his training, but he's coming along nicely. I actually really enjoy working with 3-year-olds because they're sort of a blank slate. He raced, I believe, in January of this year, so he still looks like a racehorse in many ways, and we're still kind of going through the transition process with his feet and all of that, but we're definitely making progress. One thing that sort of makes a thoroughbred stand out from other breeds is that they have a really strong work ethic, and so I think once they leave the racetrack that needs to be utilized and tapped into. And I think there are a number of avenues to do that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a competitive second career, but even just trail riding or being a leisure type horse is still tapping into that work ethic and giving them a career of sorts. The average restarting time will vary based on the horse. They kind of set the speed. Generally speaking, after about a year, we've put a pretty good solid foundation on them. We're retraining these horses, not only retraining them to be athletes, but also retraining them to be good companions. So our goal is really to make them the kind of horse that your mom, your little sister, your cousin can get on and have a good experience. I would say that both horses really excel at what the Retired Racehorse Project community calls Field Trip Fridays, which are just field trips that we take off the farm to Masterson or Heisel Park, take them trail riding with big groups of horses. A lot of times when we think about thoroughbreds, we think, oh, they're going to get nervous in new environments or nervous around other horses, but what we found is that's actually a very natural experience for them because at the racetrack they're experiencing new environments all the time. So we found that these Field Trip Fridays are actually, the horses sort of pleasantly surprise us. They kind of step off the trailer, know that they're going to do some work, and then know that they're going to go home at the end of it. Especially Atmospheric, he really enjoys jumping. It's like he appreciates the mental challenge of it all. It's almost like a puzzle to him. I think everything's physically very easy for him, so if you don't ask him challenging questions, he can get just a little bit distracted or checked out. So when we jump him, he kind of tunes in a little bit, and I think he really enjoys it. We try not to overload the horses. We try to introduce things kind of one step at a time, and so it's a really iterative process. And I love seeing the foundation come together and the horses really understanding what you're asking them. It's very rewarding. It's where I spend all my free time. I guess some women probably collect handbags and other women's shoes, but I collect thoroughbreds. Godolphin does a fantastic job standing by these horses after their racing career, and that's so important because large operations like Godolphin have stepped up to the plate. It allows folks like me to give horses a soft landing place, and allows me to spend time with them to make sure that they understand their next career. By Godolphin stepping up to the plate and helping these horses out, I'm able to put the foundation on them and spend the time with them that others may not have the time to spend. I think the future for Atmospheric and Last Sage is very bright. I see both of them going on to having show careers that yield many, many ribbons and awards. They both show tons of talent, tons of promise, but almost more importantly than their athletic ability, they're both lovely horses to be around. So I think that they'll definitely find a great home in the future.